Welcome to Land Academy. I'm Jack Butala.
I'm Jill DeWit.
We show you how to buy real estate for half of what it's worth.
And sell it on the internet really fast.
We are Jack and Jill,
and this is the Jack and Jill Show too.
With over 15,000 completed transactions, we're the experts at acquiring property.
Of all kinds, not just land.
For half price and flipping them for way more.
All right, let's get this show started.
Jack Butala with Jill DeWit.
Hi.
Welcome to the show today. In this episode, Jill and I talk about solving your own problems. I can't wait, actually, to talk about this.
I have a lot to say.
This is a Jill show, by the way.
This is a Jill show.
Hey, before we get into it, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community. It's free.
Okay. Steve wrote and asked, anyone have a marketing template they can share? Getting ready on my first one. Yay. I'm under contract to close on my first deal, and I want to start pre-marketing the property. It is recommended to systemize, and I'm wondering if anyone has a template that they use they'd be willing to share to speed me along and show me the best ways to organize the property data. Also, was wondering if Snagit is still preferred way to do screen captures and any other recommendations on the latest tools for creating ads.
Go ahead.
I think that the best template is the one we use in LandPin.
Exactly. That's exactly how I was going to answer this.
This is the reason we set that up, because and Steve is one of our members and users of LandPin. So, I mean, he has access to LandPin. So, Steve, follow that. That's really what you want to do. And it gives you all the different things that you need to make I mean, when you post a property in LandPin, you have to check, like all the boxes. So it makes sure that you don't forget to mention power if there is any, and what kind of access there is, and size of the property, and your phone number. It's funny because we laugh. Some of these things you think are so basic, but we've all forgot them. I remember one while back that before we had LandPin, one of our members was real proud. He posted this property, and he was like, put a note there for all his peers to say, hey guys, I'm not getting any calls. Can you guys look at this and let me know what you guys think? And they said, yeah, you forgot your phone number. So that's why I wasn't getting any calls. So seriously, it was really funny. It's like, oh, whoops. There's no way for anybody to reach you to buy your property. So anyway, it's kind of funny. So that's what I would say. And then use that as a template as you post at other places until you want to explain what's coming, Jack. Until the future of LandPin, I'll fill this in. I'll let Jack know. Just kidding.
Yeah.
But right now, when you post on LandPin, with a push of a button, it goes to all forms, like all sorts of social media. There's like 5 different ways there. As long as you have accounts and you link your accounts, which is really easy.
Super simple.
So it'll automatically post at all those places. Okay, check. Then what's going to be added later on to LandPin is all kinds of other things. Like, do you want it on Craigslist? Do you want it on eBay? Do you want it on
Land and Farm?
Land
Watch.
All those things. So those things will be added later on.
If, by the way, you are not a member and you're in the business and you have property you want to sell, on Monday, this show will air on the 23rd, Friday, the 23rd, June 23rd. On Monday or Tuesday next week, it will be open to the public, and we've priced it at exactly half of what you would spend as a non-member on Land Watch and Land and Farm.
Perfect. I want to add one more note because I had
If you're a Land Investors or Land Academy member, it's always free. Unlimited. You can post unlimited property for free.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was going to say as a follow-up to it, now this is like end of the question comment from Jill. I had someone going, I can't find your online community. What are you talking about? You know what? It's still Success Plant. So for folks listening and you're in the thing and you're trying to find our online community, go to successplant.com.
You can get through it through Land Investors. You can get to all of our tools through Land Investors, but she's right.
Thank you.
One thing at a time here,
Exactly. We've only been saying it for, it's good. It's really good. For 4 months, we've been trying to make the transition and it hasn't happened. So it's coming.
I'm up to my neck in software.
I know.
But actually, we have a good team in place finally.
Yes.
We had to hire some people and let some people go, and then hire some people and let some people go. And I think we have a real good team in place now.
Hey, this ties into the topic, and I'll tell you why in a minute.
Oh, yeah, you got to solve your own problems.
Yeah.
Hey, and the last question about Snagit, heck yes. I personally use Snagit to screen capture images and manipulate them as well as videos for selling property. and providing virtual assistants instructions and employees and the whole thing. I probably use it, I'm not exaggerating, 3 to 5 times a day, maybe 10 on a heavy day.
Yeah.
And then for Mac users, Jill, I mean, do you use Snagit on Mac too? Or does Mac have some kind of, do you know?
I don't know.
I understand that Mac comes with a real good screen capture software, but I don't use Mac, and that's a topic for another day.
Thank you.
If you have a question or you want to be on the show, reach out to either one of us on landinvestors.com. Oh, by the way, on this question, one more thing. Since the 90s, I've been buying and selling property. If you're a real estate agent or in this business in any way, you know how bloody difficult it is to post property and how long it takes, and you will grow to hate it if you're like me.
True.
We designed LandPen. This is not a commercial. This is the truth. And I know it's the truth because people call me and tell me all the time how easy and great it is to load and input property into LandPen. So we designed the back end of it as a user, for you, the user, to input property and make it incredibly simple so that you have a templated scenario. And it's really easy, if you're a member or not, just to go on there and look at the quality of the listings of our people and the information that you get. And then go to look at the same property on LandWatch or anything else, and it's silly. Mm-hmm. We really, not joking around, our group does it right. So your template will be your template is any property posted on LandPen, any other seller's property, whether it's Jill and I's property or anybody's property.
Cool.
Today's topic, solving your own problems. This is the meat of the show.
So when I was coming up with this title, I had a longer title originally, which I want to share because this is the real title. Successful people solve their own problems. Seriously.
I love it.
And I find myself reminding people this and talking them through this.
This is near and dear to my heart, by the way.
Oh my gosh. Every single day, whether it's a staff member, one of our land investor members, a child, all these people, that's why staff.
Oh, yeah.
We shouldn't, I should never hear anyone say things like, I don't know how, I couldn't, where do I find?
Here's a few examples that really make steam come out of my ears, and I'm putting that nicely.
Yeah.
Because I am Italian and I am from Detroit, and we don't want to ever get to the steam.
Oh, no. I've seen it.
The microwave doesn't work.
I've seen it.
That's an example.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
We're out of toner. I fired somebody a lot of years ago for that sentence.
Exactly.
Really? We're out of toner? We're out of employees.
The shredder's full.
I mean, these are silly, fun examples of people not solving their own problems.
Right.
But a more critical example is, how do I do a mailer?
Yeah.
I feel a role play going on.
Oh gosh. Well, here's this is
You're a little upset about this too.
Oh
right?
yeah, this is a really hot topic for me. Okay, yes. People should not be, I see it all the time how about this? Not to throw anybody under the bus, but I get personal emails from people asking dumb questions that they could
professor one time, he said,
solve
hey,
themselves.
there is such thing as a dumb question.
There are dumb questions. There are really.
No, they're not. They're lazy questions.
They're lazy.
They didn't look into it themselves first to find out whether
it's called
or not
YouTube.
They can do it. They just want to take a shortcut.
Yeah. Don't ask me, because you pulled me out of what I was working on now, and now that I'm doing, and I have to, you know what? And then what I do is I send them back to the source.
I'm going to let you vent a little bit, and then we're
ahead.
actually going to provide a solution.
Oh, good. Okay, got it.
Because I love when you get like this, because it's
You
so
can see me
infrequent.
over here, like I'm just on a rant.
You get you get upset about like 6 or 7 things, Jill, on this planet, and this is one of them. So personally, I'm really enjoying this show right now.
It is lazy. It really is laziness. You know what? It's laziness, and it's not cool to dump it on somebody else because you're lazy. That's really what makes me mad. When people say things like, like you said, how do I do a mailer? Do I use 1 page or 2? Really? Are we really still talking about that?
And then to even make it worse, sometimes they sneak one in. They try to sneak it in. Well, you said on the podcast that this and I never said that ever. In fact, it's diametrically the opposite. It would be like me saying, real estate agents earn their fee. Okay? Now, would I ever say something like that? No.
Exactly. But anyway. There are a few that deserve to be paid agents because they do a good job.
Name one.
Your sister.
I don't know that. I bet she's never staged a house in her life.
Well, there is that.
I know she's the master communicator. Like,
Yeah.
just an unbelievable communicator. And I think for that, but I don't think you should ever
Yeah.
get 6, 7, 8%, 10% in a land case
That's a lot.
for selling a property.
That's true. When you didn't do
10% of
anything.
$300,000 is $30,000.
I know.
6% is almost what, $18,000. Come on.
I know.
Really? Or not 18, but
I know.
like 12.
Right. So here's
Anyway, that was my rant. Go ahead.
Okay, there's your rant. Okay, so my rant is we covered what it is and how it happens and why it happens. So let's get to the solution. Don't do it. Take 5 minutes and think about, can you find the solution on your own?
Here's a takeaway from this whole show. The internet, so Jill and I are old enough, or I'm old enough, I should say, to when you had to go to a library and open a book and try to find the solution to something or know somebody who is already an expert at it. Today's day and age, it's in your pocket. All the answers to all the questions that you will ever ask within reason are in your pocket right now or in your purse.
Exactly.
YouTube, I have yet to go on YouTube to find a real life how-to example on how to do something on a computer. I don't care how sophisticated it is. I mean it.
I even bet that you could find the silliest things on there, like how to get my kid to complete their chores. I bet there's a video on there about that. I bet there's parenting videos.
I looked up this one because I was in this situation about 2 years ago, and it was called, this is how I taught the kids to do it, because they wanted an Xbox really bad. I said, you know what? That's not how you ask your parents to buy an Xbox.
Right.
Go on YouTube. There were like 25 good examples of how to talk to your parents and buying getting you an Xbox.
There you go. So it's what we've been doing. So here's what we do with like our kids, because I can't fire them. So I tried.
I don't know.
I tried. No, but with the kids, I have to train them and say, I don't know. Why don't you look it up? I don't know. Why don't you look it up? And you get enough of those and they stop asking. So this is what you have to do for yourself. If you find yourself doing this and you're trying to retrain yourself, you need to catch yourself and go up, because I've even done this, you just get lazy. I know I have come to you, Jack, over the years with some little things.
Just going to say the same thing.
And you don't say, I don't know, look it up. You actually just give me a really not nice, not bad, but you give me a look. I get the look. I'm like, whoa, he's
The vast
right.
majority of these types of questions, I call them diaper changes. I've said it before in the show.
Exactly.
My mouse doesn't work, really.
Yeah.
And do I have a computer degree?
Exactly. Well, do I really need to get up and leave what I'm doing, walk over there and play with it and do everything, all the things that you should be doing?
All I'm going to do is go onto YouTube, not in the mouse case, but whatever kind of question it is, go onto YouTube or wherever and solve the problem. So here's I'll save you, listener, a tremendous amount of disappointment. This business that we're in, and I would venture to say almost every single business as a business owner, involves a tremendous amount of computer work.
It's true.
I personally am on a computer dealing with new software. That's another point I'm going to make in a second. For probably 8 to 10 hours a day. All the people that are incredibly successful at this are either on the phone or on the computer in a dark room by themselves all day.
Solving their own problems.
It has very, very little to do with real estate and everything to do with solving their own problems, Joe. Everything to do with, we've had people in the past who've worked with us who are allergic to learning new software in any way. I'm also old enough to remember when there were 2 or 3 companies out there that provided a software spreadsheet. And you had to know all 3 of them depending on, to collaborate with anybody on the internet. So now there's only really one. And, go ahead.
I have a good example of solving our own problems too, by the way. I was going to talk about, why do you think Landpin exists? Solving our own problems.
Landpin?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
Landpin is a direct result
of solving our own problems.
Being frustrated as hell with LandWatch.
Yeah, exactly. We couldn't get property. It was a pain in the ass. They messed up our account.
Hell and ass just now.
We did. They totally messed up our account. We were so mad that we said, you know what? Fine. We're going to make our own thing and watch us. And we're going to get bigger and just wait.
Property gets sold off of Landpin every day.
Exactly. Okay, so that's solving our own problem. Our online community, solving our own problem. Thank you. The way we do Parcel Fact. Oh my gosh, Parcel Fact's huge. Solving our own problems.
So if you don't know this, those of you in the business know this, the up and down. If you have an assessor's parcel number and an APN for a rural piece of real estate that doesn't have a physical mailing address, it's really, really difficult to get the property boundaries, GPS property boundaries, or just to review it to see if you want to buy it. And Parcel Fact in milliseconds solves that. You input an APN, and it the state county APN, which everybody has because if you have a tax bill, you have that.
Right.
It's the information on the offer that you send out. You just input it, and it solves that problem. Really, really inexpensively, actually.
Yep. But yeah, so there you go. There's a bunch of examples of us solving our own problems, and you should too.
You know what? This is like, I didn't know what we were going to talk about on the show. Honestly.
Like, where's Jill going with this one?
But this is really important.
It is.
It's really inefficient to talk to people to find out stuff. It's really efficient to just solve it yourself.
Well, think about the big people. Come on. How many successful business people out there, they all solve their own problems. They don't stand there and go, can you imagine Warren Buffett standing there, seriously.
Or Bill Gates.
Right. What's
the command for? No.
Oh my gosh. They solve their own problems. It might be hiring someone to do something or firing someone to get something done, but whatever. You know what I mean?
Join us in another episode where Jack and Jill discuss how to use information. That's me.
And inspiration and stuff like this to get my point across. That's me.
Wasn't really inspirational today.
Nah, yeah.
To get just about anything you want.
We'll use it every day to buy property for half of what it's worth and sell it immediately.
You are not alone in your real estate ambition. Yeah,
was that too much?
It was. On both of our parts. We both have a peeve about that.
I do. Well, it really sets people apart. That's the point I want to make. You want to be successful. You need to stand up tall and solve your own problems. That's and right. Don't complain. So what if it took you 6 hours to figure it out? You got it and move on.
That's about it too. My mom used to have a saying, 6 years from now is going to be 6 years from now. So what you do with it between here and then, whether you solve your own problems, really, is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. I never liked that saying, I got to tell you.
Why?
I don't know. It's like I had a boss that used to say that one, and she also used to say, you can sleep when you're dead.
Oh, that's really silly.
I know.
Really?
Yeah.
Why did they say, was it a sales boss?
I don't know.
Was it an airline boss or a sales boss?
It's a sales boss.
Sleep when you're dead.
Yeah.
Anyway. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.
We are Jack and Jill, and this was the Cash Flow from Land Show.
We are the experts at acquiring property
of all kinds, not just land,
for half price, just so we can flip it for way more.
And really fast. Thanks for listening.
You are not alone in your real estate ambition.